For this video I will be going over how to achieve the highest amount of frames per second while playing Project Gorgon. To start, press Escape and go to Settings. From there go to the Graphics tab. You should be playing at full screen. The only reason I'm not is due to my second monitor. Shrinking your resolution will make your game run better, however it will make it look much worse. This is how you enable your frames per second display. As you can see, I run at about 100 outside of Serbule. You should keep brighter world off. Having it enabled during daytime is way too bright. Do not mess with auto adjust or graphic quality, for they preset your graphics. We are aiming for optimization. Enable advanced options. Shadow distance and texture memory restrictions should both be set to 0, however setting texture restrictions higher will increase your frames, but ultimately it will cause your game to look like a potato. Lod bias should be set to 1, at 4 it will needlessly render things from a mile away, however setting it to 0 will make them all disappear, meaning they will still be there, causing you to run into things unknowingly. V-sync and target frame rate should be set to 0. As for anything tree and grass related, those are sort of optional, for they do not impact your frames too severely. I turn them off however due to them blocking vision of things such as eggs and apples. Ground base map distance should be set to around 200, setting it to max will cause you to render terrain textures from across the world, and setting it to 0 will not render any textures, which also makes your game look like a potato. For some reason this setting impacts Sunvale and Eltable the most. Low-res ground and terrain pop-in also don't seem to affect frames, but keeping them enabled causes strange floating and clipping issues, so keep those off. Everything listed all the way down to camera cull distance seem to impact nothing, or should not be edited. So keep them disabled. But as for camera cull distance, I forgot to show in the video, however it affects how far away you can see mobs. This does impact FPS, and should be set to around 4 tops. The most important thing to edit of all is entity animation distance multiplier. This should always be set to 1, no exceptions. Setting it to 0 will mean nothing has animations, which looks very strange. As for everything below that, it only affects the camera filter and does not affect FPS, so do with it as you want. Under the special tab there are a few things that will affect frames, such as player animation cut off and what have you. However, if you followed this video, there should be no need to enable these.